News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
The 2023 Carabao Cup final. And if United are suffering a trophy drought, then Newcastle are in the midst of the most barren of deserts. So, free kick in a dangerous position. Bruno and Luke Shaw stand over it. Shaw's ball in. The header is fantastic. Manchester United lead. Casemiro, the mighty Brazilian, scores at Wembley. And United strike first in the Carabao Cup final. Manchester United 1, Newcastle 0. Casemiro. And now United coming to make it 2. It's Rashford driven wide. Rashford! He's beaten Karius. Rashford scores. And there's no one better in Europe right now. Karius could not keep it out. Marcus Rashford scores, and United have got 2 quick-fire goals, and they're in command at Wembley. That's it. The trophy wait is over. Erik ten Hag wins silverware for United at the first attempt. This is just the start. We've got that winning feeling again. Great scenes at Wembley. A collective team effort. Manchester United win the League Cup for the 6th time.
Well, what a way to, begin a reign in Manchester United. Erik ten Hag, making the boys come back to trophy landing team. Manchester United winning the Carabao Cup, beating Newcastle United. Good morning, Ibadan. Well, that was a moment when the whole of Nigeria was focusing on the election. Remember, we still have elections going down at different states. My name is Oladapo Kunubi, aka Young Striker 9. Well, Kes has not been smiling since I entered the studio. By the way, if you don't know, Kes is a Newcastle United fan. And he was here on Friday, giving us all the analysis that Newcastle United can win. But it was 2-0. How are you doing? How you doing, Kes? Do not just overmove. Just where you to put your mouth, right? How you doing, Kes? I mean, it was a lot of people expected Newcastle United, to just bring a big problem for Manchester United, but that was not what we saw.
Yeah, that was not what really happened yesterday. But I give kudos to Manchester United. They had a very good game yesterday. In fact, kudos to Casemiro, kudos to Lisandro Martinez, Rashford. In fact, those guys really upped their game against Newcastle yesterday.
Okay, so now you're tasting a final. That means we should be expecting more from Newcastle United come next season. I mean, the season is not yet over, right?
Yeah, the season is not over. Lately, we've not been doing so well in some games, maybe because of this Carabao Cup final. But now that one has been done and dusted, I just hope that we'll now pick up from where we started in the first season.
Okay, well, wish you Newcastle United all the best. Akinbi Ade Sharif, thank you so much, guys, for sending messages live on Facebook. Remember, you can watch us live from anywhere across the globe. Jump on our Facebook fan page, Solutions 939 FM. Jump on our YouTube channel, Solutions 939 FM. Click a like, subscribe, and share. Well, that's what went down. You just got a reaction from a Newcastle United fan. We wish Newcastle United all the best. Well, now quickly looking at updates coming from the world of tennis. Well, a lot of people expected victory for Carlo Alcaraz over the weekend, but this man could not do a back-to-back title win. But looking at some of the things we saw, but let's just really check some stories out here. Camila Giorgi claimed her first WTA title since 2021 as she overcame Swedish qualifier Rebecca Peterson in 3 sets to secure the Merida Open crown on Sunday. World number 68, Giorgi triumphed 7-6, 1-6, 6-2 over Peterson in a seesawing decider that lasted 2 hours and 25 minutes in Mexico. Now, Cameron Norrie avenged last week's Argentina Open final defeat to Carlo Alcaraz by fighting back to beat the injury-hit Spaniard in a back-and-forth Rio Open final on Sunday. Defending Real Open champion Alcaraz was hampered by an injury in his right leg as he was pegged back after taking the opener with Nuri eventually claiming a 5-7, 6-4, 7-5 win. Now, talking about Emma Raducanu this morning, she has withdrawn from inaugural Austin Open after contracting tonsillitis. The 20-year-old has not played since defeated the Australian Open to Coco Gauff in January. The Briton shot to tennis stardom with victory at the 2021 US Open, setting a record for the fewest majors played before winning a title. Now, let's just also look at more that is happening today in the world of tennis. Talking about WTA tournament at the Monterey Open. WTA 250 Li Zhu will be up against Anna Bonda as the spinner. Pamamikai will be up against Jocelyn Bonaventure as Julie Nemaya will take on Caroline Doledine. And moving away from that, at the Austin Open, where we had one star pulled out, that is Emma Raducanu. Let us look at some games scheduled for today. At the Austin Open, Katia Volnett will take on Alicia Risky by 5:30 today, as Alicia Parks will take on Mejan Bochlok. Anne Lean will be up against Anna Blinkova, and Janka Kovacic will take on Ethel Watson. Well, for some other games, ATP 250 in Santiago, Chile Open, Pedro Martinez will take on Yannick Hoffman, as Pedro Cochin will be up against Juan Manuel Corandolo. Daniel Garland by 11 p.m. today will be up against Ricardo Bonadio. Looking at more updates this morning at the Dubai Tennis Championships ATP 500, the clash between Son Woo Kun and Emilis Ruusuvuori has been cancelled, while Lorenzo Sonego will take on Marc-Andre Hasler as the first game of the day, same as Thanasi Kokinakis battling Quentin Halys. Away from that, now let's talk NBA this morning. Good win for some teams over but the weekend, while Golden State Warriors, well, dude, can we really say they had a lot to worry about? But they defeated Minnesota Timberwolves 109 to 104 points. Well, let's talk about the LA Lakers this morning. The LA Lakers came back from 27 points down on Sunday against the Dallas Mavericks to produce the largest comeback of the season. Early in the second quarter, the Lakers trailed 48 to 21 before going on to escape with a 111 to 108 victory for their third win in a row and their biggest comeback since 2002. Now, looking at other games, games decided that we, as of today, Cleveland Cavaliers defeated Toronto Raptors 118 to 93 points. Sacramento Kings went on the road, defeated Oklahoma City Thunders 124 to 115 points, while Portland Trail Blazers defeated Houston Rockets 131 to 114 points. In overtime, it was the LA Clippers losing on the road against Denver Nuggets 124 to 134 points. Those are the results in the NBA. Let us move away from that and let's talk football. Let's talk Nigeria's under-20 national team. Now they have an opponent to battle. Remember, still the Kickoff Sports Show live on your Remedy Radio Dial Solutions 939 FM, the first half of the AM update. In case you're just tuning in, my name is Oladako Kunubi. We'll give you updates for 15 minutes concerning the world of sports, then we'll move to newspaper review, same as a burning issue. But now for AFCON Under-20 update, Nigeria's Flying Eagles will confront Uganda in the quarterfinals of the ongoing 2023 Africa Cup of Nations Under-20 in Egypt. Larambosa's men finished second in Group A after defeating Mozambique 2-0 in the final group game on Saturday night. Uganda confirmed their place in the last 8 following a goalless encounter against South Sudan on Sunday night. The young Cranes finished in second position in Group B behind Congo. Now, victory in the game will see Flying Eagles secure a place at the 2023 FIFA Under-20 World Cup to be hosted in Indonesia later in the year. Now, let's move away and go straight and talk Italian football.
Making the run off. Wins the header. Theo Hernandez gets the luck of the bounce and gives Milan the lead. Giroud lays it down on the volley and off the back of Musso. It's a quality goal from Theo Hernandez. It goes down as an own goal. But Diaz, so 2 changes in attack. Ball through the middle. Messias this time on his left foot gets the winning goal, the goal that makes certain of all 3 points for Milan, and they have proved superior to Atalanta here tonight. The final whistle goes, it finishes Milan 2, Atalanta 0. Pioli's side have shut out Atalanta.
AC Milan with that victory. Zlatan Ibrahimovic returning to the team and bringing that confidence into the squad. But remember, tonight we've got 2 matches going down. Verona to take on Fiorentina by 6:30 and 8:45. Lazio will take on Sampdoria. But now looking at other results of games that are decided over the weekend. Udinese, Spezia played out 2-2 draw. 10-man Monza lost on the road against Salernitana 3-0. Bologna bashed Inter Milan 1-0. Lecce lost at home 0-1 against Sassuolo. Wow, Empoli lost against Napoli, who also lost a man by 2-0. Victor Osimhen also contributed to the goals scored in that one. A poor outing for Barcelona over the weekend, losing 1-0, and Xavi wasn't happy with that result. Well, he was angry and slammed the Barcelona team for their worst performance of the season after losing 1-0 against Almeria. Now, this loss, comes after they also lost in the Europa League against Manchester United. And, they will now be going to face Madrid in the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final on Thursday, where they will still be without Pedri, Ousmane Dembele, who both missed the Almeria game with injuries at the Santiago Bernabeu. But Ansu Fati could return. But now let's talk more about Manchester United against Newcastle United. One man who orchestrated a victory and brought Manchester United back to winning ways is none other than Erik ten Hag, who spoke about his happiness seeing the team lift a title.
It's true. And even if you take that into account, it's a massive performance if we can deliver this. And that tells you that we are fit, physical fit, mentally fit. And they had energy. Of course, we not only hoping, but to know that it's worth to invest, to know that it's worth to suffer and to sacrifice, and to know that you have to give every day your best to...
Okay, so that is the message for everybody going out today. Go all out there, giving your best, whatever you do, be 100% in everything you do. Look at Manchester United, going trophyless for many seasons, and they've got one, and they have more to go. Well, we'll move to the other side of the show this morning, where we look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Damola Lafenwa joins me on that side. Remember, we'll talk more everything football this evening, 6:30. Where Kolajo Alfred will be joining me all the way from the US, where we review some results of games. Do not go anywhere. It is still AM Updates.
news, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Radio is all about information, education, and entertainment.
Maybe that's before now. Solutions 93.9 FM has raised the standard of radio broadcast to preferring solutions in all human angle. 939 FM, the remedy.
Yo, what's up?
Do not touch that dial.
You know the radio you tune to, it's your Remedy dial, 93.9 Solutions FM.
Your number one Remedy dial.
What's
Okay, it's the 27th day in the month of February 2023, which makes it the 58th day in the year 2023. My name is Adi Damala Lafenwa, and it's another wonderful Monday morning, a very beautiful one. Monday coming after the first half of the 2023 general election. Oladapo Kunubi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I know it was indeed a very hectic weekend for you because you were on the field to observe things, and from there you went to the Collation Center here in Ibadan to see how, and I understand the fact that you were there till about 11 p.m. yesterday.
Well, I think not only for me, I think for everybody on the station. You were here from Friday.
Yeah,
right.
From Thursday, actually.
From Thursday till
Sunday
morning. So everybody had to walk their hands out and roll up their sleeves. This is what we signed up for. Currently, right now, Priscilla Olowoyoton is still, at the Mutu Agboke Collation Center at the INEC office there in Agodi. So we have two more local governments to complete the full results in Oyo State for the presidential election. However, one incomplete result will also be worked on today. So, shout out to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, making journalists also have a good environment right there in Agodi, to the security officials. Everybody had to sit down there with full confidence, and we hope that this can also happen in a governorship election. Hopefully. Remember, a lot of people are concerned about that, and we've been getting different results. But hey, remember, guys, you have to focus on the results coming from the Independent National Electoral Commission,
only
INEC. Right, but now let's look at some headlines this morning before we connect Priscilla Olowoyoton for updates. And live right now, what we are also monitoring is the PDP Presidential Campaign Council press conference. We could see Dele Momodu and some other media team of the People's Democratic Party
addressing the press.
All right, so let's go straight. I've got with me the Nation and the Punch newspapers.
And I've got the Vanguard and the Nigerian Tribune with me this morning. Starting off with the Vanguard newspaper this morning, some of the headlines on the Vanguard this morning. IREV challenges result from PU safe. INEC contempt push for visa ban on EFCC chair gains momentum. 2023 INEC declares extended elections in 7 wards for Degema, Rivers. And moving further, INEC spent 4 years preparing to manipulate polls. Oriwa. And moving further, fresh polls to hold in 7 Abia local government areas on Monday. INEC. And still from the Vanguard, election results are safe. INEC assures Nigerians. And Alafi's son Akim retains Oyo Federal Constituency seat for 3rd time. And still from the Vanguard, we will prosecute electoral offenders for INEC free of charge. NBA. Army nabs 2 fake soldiers, accomplices in Akwa Ibom. These are some of the headlines on the pages of the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
Okay, going straight to the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. The cap headline: interbank transactions across 25 trillion naira mark in 180 days. Stock market defines a political risk with a 2.02 trillion naira gain. Rising oil production raises budget's 2023 hope. And looking at some key red headlines: Mbappe, Messi, Benzema battle for FIFA best player. DSS arrests wreck. Where? Get a copy of the Nation newspaper. The banner headline this morning on the front page of the Nation newspaper: presidential poll results. APC, PCC calls for calm. The right after that headline: INEC declares Tinubu winner in Ekiti. And well, let's also look at some other headlines. Oshomole, Daniel, Yayi, Goje, others for 10th Senate. Bajabiamila wins for 6th time. You can see the pictures on the front page of the Nation newspaper. 3 grandpas, Nigerian arrested over 52 kg cocaine skunk in Lagos, Kwara Plateau. And inside the Nation newspaper, we'll have some headlines. APC, PDP, LP, Beaker over presidential election results. INEC defends integrity of result viewing portal. Collation of presidential election results resumes today. EU observer loans INEC election officials and ad hoc staff. Get a copy of the Nation newspaper.
Okay, now flipping through the pages of the Nigerian Tribune this morning, these are the headlines. INEC declares Kaba Bono Ijumu reps election inconclusive in Kogi. APC Akinremi wins Ibadan North Federal Constituency. INEC breaks silence on collation glitches, blames ad hoc staff over slackness. And then moving further, we have this one that says FCT police debunk death of corps member officer caught with thumb-printed ballot papers. Okay, still moving further. Restrict yourself to INEC official results. Yakubu cautions Nigerians. And the last one I'll be taking for now. Market Fire Zulum announces 1 billion naira emergency support for victims. These are some of the headlines you'll find on the pages of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Okay, now going straight to the Punch newspaper, punching down headlines. El-Rufai warns against election result protest. That's on the cap. Other cap headlines: manufacturing foreign investment drops by 48%. National Assembly passes pension opt-out bill. PFA's kick. The pocket headline: Senate spokesperson Olujimi lose seats. Daniel Bamidele win. The banner headline this morning: election 2023 results. Tinubu wins Ekiti. Article tops in Osho. LP cries fall. The riders to this headline: INEC explains IREV hitches, continues collation today. Tinubu wins Ogun, Ekiti, Oyo, leads in Borno, 4 states. Atiku wins Oshu, leads in 3 states. Obi shines in Lagos, Edo, others. And we have the front page of Punch newspaper, the front page picture, having INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakub in the middle with the national commissioners during the official opening of the Presidential Election Collation Center for the 2023 general election of the African Hall International Conference Center in Abuja on Sunday. And the sideline headlines: NDLEA arrested 3 grandpas. Lagos police arrest 23 suspects for electoral offenses. This and more you can get from the Punch newspaper this morning. In the next few minutes, we'll be connecting with Priscilla Olowoyoto. But first, well, a lot of people missed that pronouncement yesterday from Abuja, the announcement of the Ekiti State presidential election conducted in Ekiti State. And that was the first state that got to Abuja. Now, people kept asking the question: we have FCT. Why was it difficult for FCT to come first before Ekiti? we have states that also share borders with Abuja. We know Nasarawa, we know that of Kano, Kaduna. But this is also part of the burning issue this morning. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, thank you very much, Scope. Are there places where election did not hold or cancelled for sundry malpractices?
Yes, sir. There are 2 places where elections where we had cancellation. The total number of registered voters in the polling unit is 1,786. And the areas, Ado-Ekiti local government, Ward 4, polling unit 7, and Ekiti East local government, Ward 7, polling unit 6. The reasons for the cancellation are bypass of beavers and overvoting.
Okay, thank you very much. Have you recorded this on the EC40G?
Yes, sir.
And you are here with the EC40G?
Yes, sir.
As well as the EC8D?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Party agents, any comments, any observations on the presentation? Okay, State Coalition Officer, please present the original results to me. Okay, sorry. Question.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Dino Melaye, party agent, PDP. I just want to be educated. I have bypass of the beavers responsible for the cancellation. I just want to understand what it means, bypassing beavers. Thank you.
Okay, State Coalition Officer.
Yeah. As reported from the local government, there was there were certain number of voters that were recorded, and they found out that the number recorded for voting was more than what was reported, what was recorded in the beavers, and that was the reason why they reported it as overvoting.
Okay, PDP agent, satisfied? Yeah, express your satisfaction using the microphone so that we hear you.
Satisfied.
Thank you very much. So State Coalition Officer and the Resident Electoral Commissioner, you may step forward to present your reports. Today, right now, we have only Ekiti State. But we are aware that there will be many more states concluding tonight and coming to Abuja. We'll make a special arrangement to bring them over quickly where there are no commercial flights to bring them and where they are separated by a considerable distance from Abuja. So on this note, and as I said in the afternoon, there will be interludes.
So that was what happened yesterday at the conference center in Abuja. The first vote came. And Priscilla Oloyoto is right there at the Oyo State office of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, at the Dr. Mutia Agboke Collation Center. Thank you very much, Priscilla Oloyoto, for holding on this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. Well done.
Yeah, well done to you too. So, as yesterday, we knew that two local governments were left and one to be concluded. So let's say like 2.5. But what's the latest update this morning?
Well, I'm back here at INEC office here in Ibadan, and we are still at the at Dr. Mutiu Agboke Collation Center, and we are still expecting the results from Ibadan South, East, South, West local government. You know, we reported that we had a problem with the North, Ibadan North. They brought it yesterday, and there was inconsistency with their figures. They came again this morning, and it was almost the same thing. You know, it caused a little bit of argument, and they were told to go back and go and collate very well. They should check their results. So they did that, and they came back again this morning, and that was where we started from this morning. They were the first to present. Now we have the complete results for 31 local government areas in Oyo State. Okay. So we are still waiting at the INEC office for that of Ibadan South, East, Southwest. They are yet to bring it, and you know, that's just the update now.
Oh, okay. All right, just please put us up to speed. I mean, you just give us more updates as soon as you get reports from that end. Thank you very much, Priscilla Oluwoyoto, and make sure you stay safe.
Definitely, yeah. Thank you. Well done.
All right, thank you very much. You just heard Priscilla Oluwoyoto giving us the latest updates from that end here in Oyo State, here in Ibadan, precisely the Oyo State election for the presidential. And I mean, we got that of Ekiti, but the question that is begging for answers is that why can't we get votes from the north or states closer to Abuja, than
getting into Abuja on time
than that of the ones coming from the south? However, you can as well share your experiences with us this morning from the polling units. You cast your vote over the weekend. Well, we also got update that in some polling units, they voted till late night, and that was why some results came in very late at INEC office in Ibadan yesterday. Some of us had to sleep over, some had to go back in the middle of the night, but I mean, thumbs up to the security agencies who made sure that, you know, there was no loss of lives and properties or belongings, you know, during the election. Same as collation. While the collation is still ongoing, but that of Abuja that will resume today. Let's see if Dr. Cornerstone can quickly join us, because there are a lot of issues I want us to look at this morning. If you look at some of the results, okay, Dr. Cornerstone is here. Thank you very much, Dr. Cornerstone. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
So it's a great Monday here. A lot of people have returned to work, but INEC has a lot on their hands. Well, we got that of Ekiti State yesterday, and well, there's different stories, jubilations, headlines, concerns concerning the election, the presidential and National Assembly elections that went down over the weekend. A lot of rejected votes. Some states had to run their elections yesterday. Some local governments cancelled. Do we say INEC is ill-prepared for the election? Some people not being educated on how to vote, most especially rejection of votes that some of the collation officers announced yesterday. Or should we also talk about Ekiti State as well, being the first state that got announced yesterday for the presidential election?
There's little we can talk about now because INEC is collecting its votes. We should, as Nigerians, give them the opportunity of finishing what they have started. Whatever grievances we have right now, the only last hope of the common man is probably the courts. So anyone having any grievances will be willing to get to the courts in order to press for their own demands. In case anyone feels his money has been stolen, the only option left now is for the person to look in the direction of the court and with evidences. So I think that's the way I want to see it. But here and there are a lot of areas pointing to the fact that the electoral umpire, and this much to be desired. Who are we? We are ordinary citizens. So anyone who is having any grievances now will have to wait until after the election results have been declared, and then probably look in the direction of the courts for them to use the evidences they have to press for
Okay, Dr. Cornerstone.
the first values. Yeah.
Dr. Cornerstone, well, I spoke with you during the election on Saturday. You were live on the program, and you told me about how you went to cast your vote, and you went also to observe as an observer too. What were the lapses you noticed on Saturday that you feel that INEC should work towards that, as in
ahead of
the governorship election? What are the lapses you witnessed on Saturday that the field should be worked on?
Unfortunately, we spoke in the morning and it was good news. While it was getting towards afternoon and evening time, it looked as though the good news of the morning dew was already being taken away by the sun in the afternoon. If you understand what I mean.
Yes,
so, yes, the good news of the morning was the peacefulness of the morning. By afternoon, it was already eroding. It was very, very clear that issues of security that were discussed in the morning were not taken very seriously in a lot of places across Nigeria. And again, the issue of the one that got me really very disappointed, to say the least, is that Beavers was used to accredit me, but Beavers was not used to declare my results. So that's my pain, that Beavers was used to take my accreditation, but Beavers was not used to declare my results. So I wonder why Beavers was here. If Beavers was meant to take my results and also announce the results, why Beavers did not reach Abuja before human beings could reach Abuja? If my accreditation could reach Abuja before the results, I expected that all results will have reached Abuja not later than 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. on that night. So, but I'm really very, very taken aback that the INEC is as though the umpire used the Beavers to fool everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's as though this is really what happened in Ekiti and Osun State, because I understand that the Beavers was also used to transmit results directly to the INEC. But this time, I'm surprised that the Beavers could accredit votes, but Beavers could declare the winner as to each polling unit. So if that's what really happened, it means someone somewhere is actually playing the first one on Nigeria.
Okay, Dr. Cornerstone, are you not really concerned? Getting to some polling units, saying that they don't have ink. Priscilla was at a particular polling unit under Oluyole local government, and they said that the ballot papers for the senatorial was not enough. Compared to the ones they have for the presidential. So if ballot papers are incomplete, inks are not enough, or there are no inks, because I think there's a polling unit at Okeado High School where it was the residents that had to go get the ink for the ad hoc staff. Do we see that here? We should be expecting more come governorship election, come next month. And looking at what happened in Lagos.
I am sorry to say this. I do not want my statement to sound cynical or to show apathy. A lot of people may be disappointed by the final results of this presidential election, that they might experience voter apathy come the governorship elections. You know what I'm saying? Because those people who got disappointed in the Okeado you are talking about may not want to come back to that shame or to that sham for an election there. We saw peacefulness in the early hours of the day. By 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the people who actually know what it means to take elections over from the bad perspective, from the negative perspective, and woken up to their deal. You understand me? So in places where we felt certain persons will have an overhand, such things were really, really missing. I think I had an experience of one or two where, looking at the people who were there, you probably say, oh, this is the candidate or that's the candidate you probably would vote for. And the people knowing so fully well is as though those things were excluded so that they will not be able to make their voting, you get me, very peacefully. In some parts of Lagos, even in Ibadan here, there were a lot of skirmishes, a lot of a little bit of touchings here and there. So a lot, and my only fear now is that this will not impact on the elections coming up in next weekend, because by the way this one has gone, a lot of people may not be happy with the results finally gotten. Really, it's really painful that we are in a Nigeria of this nature, of this time, at this point in time, that elections that are held anywhere free and fair and people's vote count. We are seeing a lot of videos online how certain persons, from the umpire's point of view, there are a lot of tipsing on results, and I wonder what will make someone not to be able to make a calculation well for a result to have been tipped. You understand what I'm saying? So it's 22 plus 22, difficult to write 44. That you will have written 450, and you have to tip the zero behind it. You understand me?
Maybe some of them are under pressure. Maybe they were under pressure. We saw that of where they were using torchlight and lamp to conduct the election.
There's no pressure that will have cost 400 to be reaching as 4,000. There's no pressure.
Okay.
There's no pressure.
All right. Let us.
I think it's a mastermind. It's a master plan. But the thing is this: the INEC has actually reduced its credibility with not using beavers to transmit results from the polling unit. Yes.
Well, let us be optimistic ahead of the the governorship polls.
According to what we heard, I would say, this one will be more credible, was that we felt that the commissions from the ward units to from the polling units to the ward to the local government will go to Abuja and meet the already collected results by the beavers technology. But this time, the physically collected results is waiting for beavers that was never used. All those beavers will have been put in one place now. Well, based on the impact of arson in Nigeria, we will not be surprised that tomorrow morning we will hear that the places where the beavers were parked, Mr. Lafenwa, can you help me speak that English for that Yoruba word? Not if not Joe, you understand what I'm saying? It's not the wobbly. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, Dr. Keneston, before you go, you spoke about money, and federal government donated money to Turkey.
$1 million.
$1 million to Turkey. And we are still crying no cash. We are having cash crunch in Nigeria, and we are donating to Turkey. Yeah, I'm not shying away from the fact that yes, we have to be our brother's keepers. But do you think this is the right time? This step should have been taken at this time when Nigerians are crying of no cash.
Well, I want to be silent on that. I want to really be silent on that because I don't want to show any preoccupation looking to that, but I think the man or the people who have made that donation know fully well they're using the DD. I think I should be concerned now is the next crop of leaders who would lead us to. Are they going to the crop of leaders? Are they the ones? What we are only asking ourselves now is number one, the crop of leaders that we have elected. Are they the ones that are asking us to drive us there, or they are the ones that will drive us there? Some are asking us to drive me there. Another one is saying, I'll take you there. So it's a case of if we end up voting who does not know rules, we are going to be in this together for the next 4 years or probably 8 years, depending on the capacity of the person to turn things around. The power of incubancy.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Keneston, for your time this morning. This is 9:46. We take calls from our listeners. Thank you very much. All right. Remember, the numbers to call this morning remains 0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. 0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. You want to share your opinion this morning? What you also experienced during the presidential polls, same as the National Assembly. What are your expectations ahead of the governorship polls and the State House of Assembly?
Personally, on Saturday, when we heard stories of places where INEC officials didn't show up until about 10 a.m. and some places where there were cases that the ink we mentioned. I felt so bad, and it raised a lot of concern. And another place, there were cases of polling unit with no personnel, security personnel.
No security
on
personnel.
ground.
Right.
Hello? Good morning.
Hello. Hello. Okay, please try and call us back. 0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. Thumbs up to the election, to security officials, however. But, talking about not having security agents
There were
in some polling
places,
units.
Many places.
Well, that is also a source of concern. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, this is Dr. I'm calling from Ibadan.
Barkis, thank you for joining us. Let's go.
Okay, so regarding the elections on Saturday, where I voted in Ibadan, I think it was peaceful to a reasonable extent. I didn't really notice anything that people were selling or buying votes. But I noticed that some people, like party agents, were giving those comments as they were giving them food after I have cast my vote. So that's the only thing. So relatively, let me give kudos to INEC and of course the Oyo State government. It was peaceful so far. That is my experience. And it was the first time that I voted as a Nigerian living in Nigeria on Saturday.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your, thoughts there. Same as the experience. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Kemi calling from Akobo.
Kemi, thank you for joining us. Let's go.
Yeah, I must give it to INEC. They tried their best. In my polling unit, we were able to vote. There was no violence recorded at all. It was peaceful all the way. But my problem with INEC at this moment is that why are they feeling reluctant to declare the results? During Ekiti, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Hello?
Hello, we're with you.
We are with you, Kemi
Go on,
Sola.
Kemi. We can hear you. We can,
I guess she's having issues with her network.
Probably
Part of
you
the things I also noticed was like lateness of electoral officers, getting to polling units. Some don't even know their polling units. Some of the core members. So now talking about calculation, we're talking about Ibadan North results yesterday. The calculation was done twice. The presentation was made twice. And, I was now saying, okay, these guys, we have professors, some of them doctors, and why bring in just any professor? I wouldn't want to say just any professor, but why don't you look at people in statistics, accounting, professors of this and that, that deal with calculation, that you can bring them in and it will be easier for them to run the calculation. Because while they were running the votes yesterday, while they were counting, giving report, there's an Excel. Yeah. And their total votes, which they had personally, was far different from what they had on the screen.
Lots of discrepancies.
So, and, still talking about counting and calculations, it is more of how many weeks does INEC use in training this officers? Those are the things we have to look at, because if this continues, also looking at officers getting late to their venues, we were talking about how they will have they sign an agreement with transport workers. If you are going to a far distance, you should have gone at least 2-3 hours before the election starts, or compared to those who are going to vote close to INEC office. Although, they have to go with sensitive materials as well. We got to Ido local government last week Saturday, and we had a lot of people. I've forgotten the name of that area. They had like over 1,000 voters on ground. They've not been accredited as at 2:30, and which INEC said, okay, by 2:30 anybody found on the queue will continue voting. So I was looking at, and they were around 152, and you had like over 1,000 people ready to cast their votes. So hope this will not also make some of them not want to go out for the governorship polls come in March. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that call.
You can also drop your comment on our Facebook page, Solutions 939 FM, and the numbers to call 0909 888 9939, 0909 888 9939, and 0912 222 2939.
And well, still talking about the election, the review, most especially, in Oyo State, I don't really think we had more, crisis. Compared to some, southern states, eastern states, where we heard, in Lagos, we heard that of the attack on a woman, and, in some other states as well. But let's just keep our fingers crossed. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Jovial.
Okay, please let's have your take.
I'm calling from Ibadan.
Okay.
From where?
Ibadan, yes, please.
Okay, please let's have your take.
Please, I want to say something concerning the INEC.
Okay.
I say that what I'm saying is that they should do free and fair election. There should be no cheating. There should be no problem. They should just make sure the result that given is the one that is on ground.
Okay. All right. Okay, so what she's saying is that they should not delay results. I mean, not that INEC will want to delay results.
There's so much anxieties actually because there were insinuations that INEC delayed in posting the results on the portal yesterday.
Festus Okoye, came out to also, appeal to a lot of people that, they had issues with the IREV, but that will also be worked upon. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is calling from Malacca.
Thank you for joining us. Let's go, Ruth.
Yeah, thank you. The election that came up on Saturday was really a great one because the fear of insecurity was totally taken control of in Oyo State here. We really have a peaceful election. Because even my polling unit, people really turned out a lot. Because my fear was like, will people come out with this first scarcity and then scarcity? But people really turned out. So, and I really want to give kudos to the governor of Oyo State and INEC for taking that proactive measures towards the security aspect. So, we want to hold INEC, if you please, give us the credible election we want. But we did know that they are delaying the results. Unlike the last 4 years presidential election, we have already seen the results. So, they should please give us the credible election we want. That's my contribution. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And remember when we went to Osun State, it was very fast because you could monitor the shout out to Yaga Africa channels as well and other media partners. People could monitor how the polling, how the results were coming in from different polling units. And I said something like maybe because that election was off season. You look at the likes of Osun Ekiti, the one which Abga won, that Charles Soludo's state, Anambra, and that of Edo State. Maybe because all these elections were off season, that was why a lot of people felt like, okay, we can have. This is general election where you have you have the whole country, involved in this. Maybe this is also too much for INEC. I keep asking, if in the United States of America, if they want to, conduct election, they go for many days. Why can't we have, region by region election? And maybe you conduct that of Southwest, we see that we move to that of North and the like. So we won't be, we'll know that, okay, maybe in the next few days, people will be running the calculation and we'll be seeing what the result. But let's check our social media fan page this morning.
Okay, I have this one coming from Omade Adekunle. The presidential and National Assembly election conducted recently showed that people are now wiser by voting for personalities, not political parties, because I did not expect presidential Labour Party to have such larger results, especially in Lagos State. And I also commend the Oyo State government and the security personnel for ensuring adequate security for the recent general election conducted smoothly. May God touch the heart of the leader that eventually emerges. Okay, that's from Omade Adekunle.
Adirunke Akori Oladele says, good morning in the studio. Running of a country is in the hands of the citizens. If their votes are not counted, they will in all level disobey the government, and that is full anarchy to the nation. INEC be aware and knows that so much video are trending all over the world. Okay.
I think as we proceed, as we approach the March 11 Guber election and the Houses of Assembly election, and I think INEC should work on the lapses of they say inadequate materials,
yes,
and
lateness to polling units,
and that security issue of places. In fact, there were volatile places, as in already known volatile places, that there were no police officers or security agents around at the polling unit. I think all those things should be worked upon.
Although some people say that, okay, now they don't give cash. Now it is food and drinks. That was updated.
And interestingly, I didn't hear any case of vote buying. Interestingly,
where's the money? Where's the cash?
Interestingly, I was actually thinking today we'll be talking about cases of vote buying and everything. That we'll talk about despite the policy.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of worked.
I don't know, but let us ask Olagunju, because he's coming up with Mokajue. You have to do that in Yoruba.
Okay.
Can you come in Yoruba?
ó tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù.
So Kọ́ládé Ọlágúnjú.
ó jẹ́ dúró sórí ọwọ́ ẹ̀.
Káàárọ̀.
mi náà kí ọ kú ojúmọ́.
À ń sọ̀rọ̀ kan sìn pé kò sí pé bóyá àwọn èèyàn sọ pé wọ́n ràbò wọ́n tàbò. Ṣé a fẹ́ sọ pé ètò tí ìjọba kí ni policy in Yorùbá náà? Kí ni policy?
Àwọn tó sọ fún ti gbọ́ nílé.
Ṣé a fẹ́ sọ pé policy ti federal government ti ṣe àti CBN ó jẹ́ kí ó reduce pé àwọn èèyàn tàbò ràbò.
Kò mú kúrò pátápátá. Kò mú kúrò pátápátá. Torí láwọn ibì kọ̀ọ̀kan táwa náà dé. Adẹ̀ṣerí bẹ́ẹ̀ wípé ọwọ́ ń pààrọ̀ ọwọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n kò kì í ṣe ní ti ọ̀rọ̀ káàṣì tàbí òsì káàṣì. Ó affect. Bá dẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wípé àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ṣe àmọ́ ó dínkù tá a bá wò sí bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. So ètò tíjọba ṣe lórí wípé ká mọ̀ gbowó kì í mọ́ tó affect tí ò jẹ́ ká rówó epo ó jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn lè sọ pé ẹ̀ǹtà fẹ́ dìbò fún ni kò dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí owó níná kó lágbára púpọ̀ lórí ìbò tá a dìtàn níjọ́ sátidé ṣùgbọ́n a lè sọ wípé pátápátá ló ti kúrò ń bẹ̀rù.
Okay, well, you get more from Olagunju on Mokajue this morning. Well, we'll have to wrap up. Well, we also say thank you to everybody that sent in messages, that called in. Well, AM Updates will be back tomorrow morning. Remember, do not sell your votes. Your vote is your right. My name is Oladapo Kunubi.
And my name is Adedamola Lafenwa. Good morning.
Time don't come for us to wake up. My people, it's not time for action. No more talk. We know how. Leaders, we don't tire. This situation, we don't need you. Them say